Order filled.
Hi y'all. I know I started the commentary late in this video. I I was distracted. I was away from the computer for a bit, and I just quickly saw this. It's such a good looking trade because we're at the overnight lows. So overnight lows. Now I didn't draw this in time, but I can tell what it was. We had this downtrend and then an overshoot. And when you get an overshoot at the perfect key entry point, you often won't even need a break in new low. I talk about that all the time. And this short-term trend line here, I drew it as wide as possible, and then I got the close out, and then you saw it almost filled my one-to-one target instantly. But yeah. And by the way, just so it's clear, I paused when I finished the trade. I paused the video to go grab my microphone because it wasn't plugged in or anything like that, and so I just paused it and came back. So all right, yeah. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that trade. I'm gonna get that trade marked up really fast. 5 points. 5 points. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna be stopping trading early again today. Usually I do trade till 2, but I gotta make the video now because I'm working on the site. So yeah, it's supposed to be really easy to make the site. The program I'm using to make it, but it's I keep running into hurdles. So anyway, I'm just gonna go through the chart here. So here we are. So I started around like 8:20ish today, 8:30. So we have these highs, put the overnight lows here, although, because here's what I was thinking. Technically the overnight low is right there, but I really saw it as here, and then a breakout, and then it faded back in, like a breakout, faded back in, and then you get this uptrend break, first attempt higher, and then second leg higher, pushing into this range here. And so anyway, so basically when I came in, we were in this choppy range right here. I see it as uptrend break, new high. We go into this range. I don't see any setups in there. We break out, and I was thinking it could have ended here, but we do get the breakout, and then it fades back in. But because I was thinking, okay, it could be the breakout pullback here, but that's kind of a large gap for a breakout pullback, for this size of a range. So I figured it's probably just here, and then maybe this counted as the breakout pullback when it kind of broke out and pulled back right there. But anyway, so I didn't get any trades. I didn't think anything was good in here. We came off these lows, and then we have these 2 legs up, which let me get those drawn. So 2 big legs up. It goes a little bit past the measured move before turning down. We go into this downtrend right here, and we have a break, new low, and then price kind of just starts chopping around. It's a little bit confusing at this area. At first I had it drawn off of that because I got it pretty fast, but I ended up extending it to here once we got more price action. But really, there is this right here, which I didn't get. I don't think it's the best looking trade because we have these highs, lows, we're in this range, we have uptrend, break, new high. This uptrend has played out, and then draw this, and it's completely blocked. It doesn't even, if it closed out just by one tick, that would have been a lot better, because this right here, this is a short-term uptrend. It doesn't need a break and a new high, because this is the whole trend here. So we have this uptrend, break, new high. The uptrend played out, but we just need a close out of this move to the new high, and we don't get that. So anyway, we push lower, break, we come off the highs again. No entry there, just a first entry, big leg up. No way that you'd want to enter that. You push lower. We go into this downtrend here. At first I was trying to draw it off that and then break new low, but really this is just one whole move down here. And then I was wanting to get a fade of this range to buy, but we just kind of were inside of this downtrend, so I couldn't take anything. So yeah, I really had to be patient today. It was almost 10 when I got the first trade here. But we do fade in. We push above the EMA, then we get this higher low. It's not worth taking though, because... And the reason I didn't want to take any of this is because this downtrend is in play. I would really want to see a break and then just two clear legs attempting to make a new low and then failing in order to take a fade here. I just wasn't comfortable taking this higher low here or this fade down here. So anyway, we go into this uptrend here. We have a break, and then there's one thing in hindsight I found about this trade that maybe I should have considered shortening my... here, I'll just explain it. So we have two legs back to the EMA. The uptrend has a break. We're expecting prices to make a new high. And so here, price closed below the EMA. And so I was thinking, okay, I didn't really want to take it because it is just a second entry long. We are expecting a new high, but it closed below the EMA with 2 bars, so I kind of just wanted to just wait on something a little bit better. We got this higher low, and it's basically like the same entry, because it's not like a higher low on a big picture. It's just a higher low, and then there's really nothing to draw there, no trend at this point yet. So, because usually if I get a higher low entry, I would want it to close out of the trend, which technically it closes in there, but that's like not enough for me to really consider anything. I was basically looking at this trade as uptrend break, we're expecting a new high, second entry long, and then a push above the EMA, and then a hold above the EMA there. And so I went for 1 to 2, but after the fact, it kind of did start to look like it was in this range, and maybe I should have got out before. But you can clearly see the legs down to the EMA, and we are expecting a new high, so I feel like I did fine there. But anyway, now we have this uptrend, we have a break, new high, that's the first leg, and then when I got up to this trade, I had these 2 measured legs drawn. We have uptrend, break, first leg higher, second leg higher. And so, yeah, price action works on levels, so it's like, you'll see it here, you'll have, like, let me just move this aside. Like, clearly you can see this uptrend, and then you get a little break, and then you get first attempt higher, and then you get second attempt higher, and then it fails for a little bit. And so that's just the shortest picture that you can see it on. But then when you zoom out again, you can clearly see that these are just 2 legs down. So you have now you have uptrend, break, first attempt higher, and then you're expecting this to be the second attempt higher just to make the new high, which is basically what I was entering on. And then after you get this, you can clearly see it's more like uptrend, break, and then first attempt higher, and then you get a 2-legged correction back, and then you get a second measured leg higher. So it's going to happen on multiple levels, slowly getting bigger until you get the huge big picture setup. So now you have uptrend, break, leg higher, 2-legged correction down, second leg higher. It's almost exactly a measured move when I took this short up here. And yeah, like this is... When I zoom in, the bar doesn't look as big, but that is a pretty big bar. But this trade up here... It's just a breakout of the overnight high, so it's basically a breakout of a range. Most breakouts fail. The uptrend has completely played out with a break and 2 measured legs to a new high. And then we also... And I didn't really like how it held off the EMA right before I entered into it, but we did get the trap. I didn't want to enter into the... I didn't want to take the engulfing bar because it closed into this. I really just wanted... I didn't want to take the engulfing bar because then I'd be entering into, technically a trend that you can kind of see. So I waited for this bar to, you know, close and trigger, and then I ended up just getting in at the end. But yeah, 8 points. So if you haven't seen this, I did record this trade. So I got 3 trades today, no losses, and 2 of them are recorded. But yeah. So if you want to go watch this trade, it's just the last video. Let me make sure my audio is working. Okay, it is. Thank God. Let me make sure my OBS is zoom. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. I was just testing to see if it was scaling correctly in OBS. So then that launches this downtrend break. We have a new low, and clearly you can see here. I mean, it's not that clear. I don't want to say clearly when it's not that clear, but you have downtrend break, and then you have leg down break, and then second leg down. It's almost measured, and then you do get a correction, another push lower, and then you might even be able to see it as leg down, break, and then another attempt down, but obviously it reverses very fast there. So anyway, the downtrend plays out with a break, a couple legs to a new low. We rush back above the EMA in this trend. We get a break. You can technically expect a new high. I didn't really like it that much. It's really just I mean, it is a failed second entry, but we have the uptrend break, and then I am just entering on the first attempt to make a new high, which that's not the big deal itself, but it's also the fact that it has an overshoot. It's like, because overshoots will often take the place of having a break and a new high, kind of like how I was explaining over here. Like we have this downtrend, we don't have a break and 2 legs to a new low, but we have this downtrend that has an overshoot, and then if I extend this, I should have probably mentioned this, but when you do take these overshoot trades, you should get out before that trend line. Clearly it resisted again, but you know, oftentimes it will take the place of needing a break to a new low at all, or a new extreme. Sometimes it'll still do it, but you know, overshoots. If you know how to trade overshoots, it gets pretty great because there's a lot more trades you can take if you can trade overshoots correctly. But anyways, there's the overshoot, and also the fact it's just a first attempt at a new high, and then, you know, it's just not a great looking entry. So anyway, we push down again. We're kind of just chopping at this point, a little bit sideways. EMA is getting a little flat, and then we push lower. We get this failed second entry, first entry long, second entry long, failure. Doesn't look like a good trade to me because you already have 2 clear legs down. I'd be afraid of shorting at the very low of I wouldn't want to short at the lows of a 2-legged move down, you know? So anyway, we do push lower here. Now you got these 2 legs down here, which I think I just deleted them for some reason. And here's what I was thinking here. So it didn't reach it here. So we have first leg, break, second leg, it doesn't quite reach it. And then we push above the EMA, and you could get something to reverse here. You don't get any really good setups here. You get this uptrend break, and then you push below the EMA and hold down with a couple bars. So really no long there. But since you didn't make the measured move here, prices attempted to make it a second time, and then it failed, made a double bottom, and reversed early. So, you know, price moves in twos. You know, we had the measured leg down, or not. We had the leg down break, attempt to make another measured leg. It failed once, failed twice, and then it finally reversed a whole lot harder than when it failed the first time. So that's something to think about. So now we go into this uptrend here. We have uptrend, break, new high. The uptrend has played out. And then we have a first entry long, second entry long, and you know, it's not that great looking. I mean, it probably looks like it has a short-term trend line as well. I didn't even consider this as a good looking entry when I saw it, but it also has that short-term trend line working through it. But really, it's just the uptrend, break, new high, 2 legs up, and then I mean, I see the second entry, and I talk about this a decent bit, but that to me that just looks like a 1 leg down. You know, I'm not gonna go for a, you know, that's just like a few wicks lower, ticks lower, and then a whole leg down. I mean, that's not a very good. I mean, I'm sure it's high probability for a scalp, maybe even a 1-to-1 in this case, but that's not exactly an ideal looking trade for the way I trade and the targets I go for. So I don't like the 2 legs up and then only one clear leg down. So anyway, we have a couple legs down here. See what I was saying? I wasn't considering this as a leg down, and then it makes an equal leg to this, or not equal, but it makes a leg comparable in size to this leg right here. So you really just got to trade the bigger picture stuff to go for these targets. And also, it's just the context is terrible. Like, here the context is great. Context is terrible here because you already have the uptrend, break, new high. Here we have uptrend, break, and then, 2 legs down to the EMA expecting a new high. 2 clear legs, 2 big picture legs, not a little wick lower and then a leg down, So anyway, we have the couple legs down. We rush back above. It's just kind of chopping at this point. We push lower, which it looks like there could be a range here. I didn't draw the range in real time. So that's one bad habit that I kind of formed once I started, really improving. Was I would think, I don't need to draw that, and then most of the time I'm right, but I should be drawing everything. Sometimes I just ignore stuff, but anyway, we have the downtrend, and then we get to this trade, which I think I already explained it, and then, yeah, turn down at the EMA and the trend line here. We have a first push lower, or really it's a first attempt to get above the EMA, and then a second attempt, and then it failed back down. Now we're at the lows. We've just kind of been chopping around since then. We have this entry here, first entry short, second entry short. No way that you can enter that. Push lower. And so really, like I was saying, how oftentimes it won't need a break to new low with an overshoot. Just like I said, you want to get out before these highs because it often will still do that. And sometimes the trend can even recover. But we have downtrend, break, and then let me draw these legs. We have a first leg lower, then a break, and then a second leg lower, and then now we're just back at the EMA here. So anyway, I guess that's going to do it for this video. This feels kind of short. Yeah, this video is only 17 minutes. Well, I guess that's not too short, but yeah, so I'm just going to talk about the site for a sec. So with the site, I'm not exactly sure what exactly I'm going to be putting on there. I have some content on there already. But basically, and here's the thing, it's that I am a trader, and it's like the site, and, for me, like, financially, it's not going to be nearly as, I really don't know, because I don't know how many people are going to sign up. It might be 1% of the subscribers, it might be 15%, I have no clue, but, I want to get something going that isn't going to really take up a whole bunch of my time. Because I'm working on it a whole lot right now, but when I get it up and running, I don't really want to spend a whole bunch of time maintaining it. I'm thinking what I'm kind of thinking is I have a bunch of videos on there, and then I'll upload videos onto it pretty regularly. And I'm thinking it would probably just be like a monthly subscription type of thing, but I'm not completely sure. I'm not completely done with it. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to structure this thing, but basically the only thing is it's going to be a passive thing for me. It's not going to be something I'm spending a whole bunch of time on, and I just want to get something that people will like, and I can, because I like making the YouTube channel, because it's like because I still review anyway, and usually I don't even review much after I do the video. I just do the video and I feel like I did a really good review, because usually when I do a review, I don't explain things to myself the way I explain them in a video. So I really feel like making these videos has helped me, get from going from 1 to 1 all the time to going to 1 to 2 more, because you can actually look back in my older videos I have from a few months ago. I was mainly just going for 1 to 1, and then you can kind of see me improve and transition. Like, I slowly start taking 1 to 2s more often, and then eventually it just became my standard. So basically my default trade is 1 to 2, and then my backup is 1 to 1. Like, I won't take anything less than 1 to 1, because that's just crazy to me. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Wait, what was I gonna say? There's one thing I was gonna mention about the site. What was it? Yeah, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say about the site, but yeah, I'm just gonna try to make it a passive thing. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on it after I get it up and running, because I am a trader, and I guarantee the money from the site is not even gonna compare. So Anyway, yeah, I guess that's it for the video. Yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good day.